Good evening, Walls and Wolves. My name is Miss Trejo, and I am your Assistant Principal of Operations. I am super excited to welcome you back to this 2020-2021 school year and ready to start our Walsum Strong school year. Today I will be going over our safety and operations protocols that we will be implementing for this school year. On the screen, you should see my contact information, and so feel free to reach out to me if you have any additional questions or any concerns throughout the entirety of the school year regarding any safety or operations. So first, I will be just reviewing our safety procedures for this school year, as well as reviewing some personal protective equipment requirements and expectations. And then finally, I will review what our drop-off and pickup will look like for the year. For safety procedures, um, as Assistant Principal of Operations, I want to assure every single one of our families and every single one of our scholars this school year that safety is the #1 priority, and it is our commitment to ensure that every single one of your students is well taken care of and that we are implementing strong start safety procedures for the school year in this very unknown time, because we want to assure that we are taking every measure possible to limit the risk of exposure for any one of our students, staff, or family members. And so, with that, some of the procedures this school year are going to look like having the temperature taken before leaving the vehicle in the morning. So before your scholars dropped off, all temperatures being taken, and ensuring that masks are provided to our scholars with before they enter the building. Every single scholar will be required to have a mask, and staff will be verifying that prior to them leaving their vehicle. Um, Social distancing will also be required throughout the entirety of the school day. Students and staff will be required to be practicing and maintaining social distancing guidelines throughout the entire building. In addition to that, we will also have midday temperature checks that will be taken for all of our staff and our students in the middle of the day, and any student or staff member that may have a temperature of over 100.3 will be quarantined in a designated and supervised room until they can be picked up, because we will not be allowing any students with a temperature of 100.3 or higher to be on campus. We will also be providing modified schedules to ensure that all desks are meeting social distancing requirements, and this includes that breakfast and lunch will be provided to students in the classroom. This is to limit the amount of transitions that are occurring throughout the day and to limit large gatherings of students and staff in the school building. And so, yes, all breakfast and lunch will be provided in the classroom. And again, just to limit the risk of exposure and to limit the interactions between our scholars. In addition to that, every teacher will be required to wear gloves when coming into any contact with a student as they support them and assist them throughout the school day. Some additional safety procedures that we will be taking into place this school year are every desk will be wiped down regularly. And that means throughout the entirety of the school day, there will be times where desks are being wiped down. At the beginning of the school day and at the end of the school day, desks will be wiped down. In the event that we do have rotational electives and PE equipment may be shared, all PE equipment will be wiped down before each class and at the end of each class. And so as any PE equipment may come into contact This may include basketballs, hula hoops, jump ropes, etc. These will all be cleaned and wiped down prior to any student using them. Um, Sanitizing stations will be set up throughout the entire school, and students and staff will be asked to wash their hands and sanitize their hands at different times throughout the day. This includes as they are entering the building, during any transitions, before and after eating their breakfast and lunch in the classroom, after using the restroom, and after coughing and sneezing. We will also be providing personal protective equipment. And so with that, students will be having sneeze guards installed on their desks, and that looks very similar to what is pictured on the screen. All student desks will be installed with these screen guards. All students will be required to wear masks when they are inside the building, and teachers will be required to wear masks as well. Masks may be removed while scholars are eating their breakfast and lunch in the classroom, while they are sitting at their desk with the protective barriers in between their individuals. For our drop-off procedures, drop-off times will be a little bit different this school year. We again want to recognize that students should not be dropped off prior to 7:15 a.m. and drop-off will be until 8 a.m. So 7:15 to 8 a.m. will be drop-off time. And like I mentioned earlier, all scholars will be screened prior to exiting the vehicle. Any student that may have a temperature of 100.3 or higher will be asked to return home. Staff will also be asking every single student prior to them exiting the vehicles to verify that they do have a mask to wear throughout the day. And students waiting to enter the building will be expected to practice social distancing while standing on social distancing markers as they enter into the building. Students will also go straight to their homeroom upon arrival and enter for breakfast that will be held in the classroom. On the screen, you will notice our drop-off map. And so all of our Academy scholars, kindergarten through 5th grade, will be following the red line on the screen, going all the way around. As you enter, it will be on the left side, going to our Academy side, and dropping off on this Academy area. For college prep, all college prep scholars 6th through 12th grade will be dropped off on the right side, following the blue dotted line. All students are not allowed to be dropped off before 7:15 a.m. And so all scholars need to be screened prior to being dropped off to ensure that they do not have a temperature. Walkers will be entering through the front walker gate and will be screened entering into the front office. And so scholars will be screened prior to entering the school building if they are a walker. For dismissal, once scholars are dismissed outside, they will not be required to wear their mask, but they will be required to maintain social distancing. And scholars will be dismissed limited on how many scholars we can dismiss at a time. And so we do want to let families know to be patient with us in the first few weeks, as dismissal and drop-off may take a little bit longer this school year so that we can ensure social distancing and safety protocols are being followed. Students will be asked to remain in their designated grade level spot until their name is called and directed to their car at dismissal. You will now see that our dismissal map looks very similar to what our drop-off map looks like. And so for dismissal, again, scholars for kinder through 5th grade will be following the red dotted line, going around our campus. And as you enter, that is the left side of the driveway. On the blue line, scholars 6th through 12th grade will be entering on the right side, following that blue dotted line all the way around until they exit. Any siblings will be dismissed on the academy side. So all siblings will be dismissed on the academy side following the red dotted line. Any walkers will be exiting through the front gate, the front walker gate, and once scholars that are walkers do leave campus, they will not be allowed to return to campus after they have already left. And so I just want to thank you all for spending this time with me and learning a little bit about our safety protocols for this school year. Again, you have my contact information, so if you have any questions throughout the entirety of the school year about safety, operations, or anything at all, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my number is 210-330-9810. Thank you and go Wolves!